All right, so what are the notes of a G major 7 chord? G, B, D, F sharp. Now, the good news is you don't need to worry about that. I've played some other instruments. I play other instruments, I should say. And one of them was piano, for example. And for an instrument like that, as well as saxophone and clarinet, it's more than highly advantageous to be able to call upon that information immediately. In fact, it's very essential. Now, for us as guitar players, there's a system which is way more practical. And that is, instead of using the note names, we use an intervallic system. The reason for this is that as we go from chord to chord, all the notes will change. The intervals, however, will not, and neither do our fingerings. Okay, so here's how it works. It's based on the major scale. So the first note in the major scale, be it C, G, whatever, is called the 1 or the first. However, more often you're going to hear it referred to as the root, as we did before, in fact. Now, the second note in the major scale will be called the second. Sometimes you'll hear it called the 9th. The third will be the third. The fourth will be the fourth. However, you will often hear that being called the 11th. Then we have the 5th note of the scale, which would be called the 5th. The 6th, which is sometimes called the 13. The 7, and then the 8, which is our octave. 8, oct. It's the 1 again, it's the root. Let's walk through it. On the G major scale, we have G. That's our 1, 2, the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 1 again. Now, this isn't some obscure language that's just for guitar players. In fact, everyone uses this system, piano players and horn players alike. You may have heard people refer to a chord as a 5 chord. That's a chord that's built off of the 5th. But I'm getting ahead of myself. In fact, I will save some of that information for a tutorial that's specifically on chords done at a later date.